Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, August 10th, 2024 for me. Another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So what I'm going to talk about today is actually something that I've been thinking about quite a bit because facing some challenges financially with my budgeting. Budgeting is a little bit out of whack. Not the system that I have, but some of the setbacks that I faced in the past few months. So if you haven't been following my videos or watching my videos, at the end of June, I was in the hospital, the emergency room in particular, with chest pains, and went ahead, we got that taken care of. But I knew that it was going to be a sizable bill. I've been to the emergency room before. Fortunately, I didn't have to get checked in. I didn't have to get a room. But even still, I hadn't met my deductible yet. I wasn't even close to meeting my deductible for the year. Well, I smashed through that. Ended up using all of my HRA, my health reimbursement account, and about $600 to pay off what I thought was the entire bill. That wasn't the case. I just got billed for the rest of it, and as far as I know, there isn't anything more. But needless to say, I'm going to have to dip into my emergency fund. I just don't have enough right now to be able to cover that. So, a little bit not mad, but just need to really look at certain parts of my budget and say, okay, what am I willing to cut back on? What do I need to cut back on? And so, the purpose of my videos today is to provide some creative budgeting tips. And these are things that either I've implemented or is suggested, based off research that I've done. And so, years ago, I learned about the envelope system. I wouldn't say that it's outdated, but a lot of people don't use physical currency anymore to really do that. But there's a program called You Need a Budget, or YNAB, which I've been using now since I started budgeting back in May of 2021. And it has really helped me to conceptualize assigning money to categories. And so, for example, I have a category that's just for the mortgage. And then I have a category just for my HOA. Then I have a category for my electricity. I have a category for trash, I have a category for streaming service, category for food, another category for medications, another category for doctor's visits, another category for fuel, another category for just thinking of some of the things for Adobe Acrobat, and so on and so forth. But I have these categories that are like envelopes where I am assigning money to cover that. So let's say I got to pay a paycheck today, which actually I got paid yesterday. I go ahead and break down my check and put it into different categories. So I've got 2 debt payments coming up. Today, actually, my student loan payment is due. And then the 15th, my personal loan is due. So I take some money, I assign it to that category or that envelope, and I have the money there. It's there. It's accounted for. And then I assign some money towards my groceries, which I said was food. But yeah, I assign money to my groceries. Matter of fact, I'm going to go pick up groceries this morning. Set aside $75 for that, and it's accounted for. Not necessarily going to spend $75, but I have it just in case, And so, excuse me, still not feeling all too good. That's the envelope system in a nutshell. And you need a budget uses that method. So, I encourage you, envelope system, you need a budget, kind of go hand in hand. And then a thermometer chart. So I started off at $115,041.89. So my journey to paying off consumer debt. This was June of 2020 when I really, started to accelerate the debt pay down and take steps to learn how to budget. I don't have a chart, but I do have a Excel spreadsheet that I keep track of my progress. So, now I'm down to 49,000. And so I see, the progress that's being made each day. But, having a thermometer chart, like in your home or in your bedroom, wherever, or, if you're crazy enough, have it on your desk at work to keep track of that progress, that's going to be beneficial. Having a visual representation of what your debt looks like from month to month, from year to year, would definitely help you. The third creative, I guess, I'm gonna number this. The third is a no spend challenge, where you set a specific period, like a week or a month, where you don't spend on non-essential items. Now, for me, that's very easy because I have what's called a zero-based budget, where I account for every single dollar. So, money's going to savings, money going to debt, money going to those other categories I mentioned. A no spend challenge for me is very easy in that regards, but you may not be in a position where you have a solid budget. Well, say to yourself, this week I'm not going to, buy stuff I don't need, basically. Or if you're strong enough, for a month. And then you'll get into that habit of not spending. As a matter of fact, I think the rule that I've seen is that if you're going to make a large purchase, give yourself 30 days to think about it, which I give myself a lot longer to think about larger purchases. And I forget how many days for a small purchase, but let's say 5 days for a small purchase. Because you'll have given it some thought. You may have saved up money for it and be like, I don't really need this, I don't really want it, and then you saved yourself some money there. Do a subscription audit. So I have very few subscriptions. I have Amazon Prime, which includes a video subscription to movies. I have, I guess, well, that's the streaming service. I have Adobe Acrobat, and then I have maybe, You Need a Budget is a subscription, and maybe one other subscription that I think of, but that's it. I had more subscriptions in the past that I got rid of because I just didn't need it. And that's definitely something you need to do is take a look at all the things you're subscribed to, and then say, okay, do I really need this? Do I really want this? And then just get rid of it. They don't care about you. They want your money. And the sooner that you can just break away from all those, the better you'll be. Do-it-yourself gifts and decor. So I don't receive a lot of gifts. I don't give a lot of gifts. This is really not something that I think about often. But do-it-yourself gifts. You may have a gift of music. And back in the day, I used to write compositions and record my music, and that would have been a great way to give a gift that would last forever. They can listen to the songs, for as long as they live. You may be a craftsman, or you may have other skills that are very very creative, that you can create your own gifts and give that to people, your own decor. Same thing, you may be gifted at crocheting, that you can make your own blankets and stuff like that. There's just many things that you could do that will be able to, in the long run, save you money. DIY gifts and decor. Meal planning is huge. Something that I'm getting better at, but I haven't perfected it. I at least Before I go to bed, I plan on my breakfast, and then the next morning I plan out my dinner. Lunch is kind of easy, you know. I keep it simple, sandwiches, and maybe I will have a frozen meal from time to time. Not often; it's not good for you. So meal planning, of course, saves money. I've gotten good at least purchasing groceries, and there's no impulse buying when it comes to groceries because I rarely go into the store anymore to buy them. You know, I have my list out on whatever store I'm shopping with, and then I just pretty much stick to that list. Budgeting apps. Okay, so going back to the envelope system, I talked about you need a budget. That's really the only one I would suggest because it's just so intuitive. It makes it easy if you're going to do a zero-based budget to be able to it's accommodative towards doing that. And you know, it keeps track of how much I have my savings, how much debt I have, as well as assigning money to each category is easy because I'm not dealing with physical currency. I'm saying, okay, I got to check this week for $2,000. I need to assign it out. I'm going to take $400 for this one debt, $200 for this one debt. I'm going to take $75 for the groceries. I'm going to put $50 towards my fuel, and then, you know, visually, digitally, it shows you how much money you have left to allocate towards the other categories. So having that's been a game changer for me. And then lastly, have a reward system. I'm not big on, you know, rewards, saying, okay, you know, there were milestones that I hit when I hit 100,000, when I hit 90,000, when I hit 80,000, 70,000, 60,000, and just recently hit 50,000 of debt. I thought I was going to, like, you know, celebrate, like, oh yeah, I'm time to party. No, I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe I'll set one for when I hit 25,000. That'll be a big one. And then zero when I have no consumer debt. Then I can celebrate. But then the next step is to build a full emergency fund. So it's a sort of not a never-ending process, but it's a long process, long haul. And then after that, of course, pay off my mortgage, because right now I've only paid off 10% of my mortgage exactly as of this past month. And so I've got a long way to go there. But and yeah, that's another thing. So I don't talk about my mortgage as part of my debt. It is a huge part of my debt, but it's not my consumer debt. My focus is to get out of consumer debt so that I can free up a lot of money to be able to just throw at my mortgage. I have a fixed interest rate on a mortgage that's very low, and so it's going to be easier for me to be able to pay down the mortgage sooner rather than later. It's a 30-year mortgage, but I'm going to pay it down in much less than that because I'm disciplined and just focused on those goals, and that's just how it is. So there's something else I wanted to bring up. I don't make six figures, so at least not yet. Maybe someday I will, and then this process will be a lot easier, but I do the best with what I got. So anyway, if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when I post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@LucasLifestyle. And as always, thank you for watching. Hope you all take care.